Today, we're getting into something pretty fascinating. How technology is changing things for our cats, right in our own homes.
It really is a big shift.
Yeah, we've looked at sources covering, well, everything from smart cat gadgets to personalized food based on DNA and even digital health monitoring.
A lot to unpack there.
Definitely. Our mission today is to kind of cut through the hype, look at the science, and figure out what these innovations really mean for our cats.
Are they genuinely beneficial?
Exactly. Like, have you ever seen those self-cleaning litter boxes and thought, is that actually helpful for my cat or just for me? Or could a DNA diet really make a difference? Let's explore.
That's quite the revolution, you know. The scale is pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Our sources suggest the pet tech market might hit over $20 billion soon.
Wow, 20 billion.
Yeah, and it's not just like a fleeting trend. It seems to tie into bigger shifts. More people in cities, lives getting busier.
Right, less time maybe.
Partly. And also this real desire, I think, for a deeper connection with our pets. All that's fueling demand for these tech solutions for cats.
Okay, so let's get into some of these smart gadgets. Those self-cleaning litter boxes, for instance. The appeal is obvious, less scooping, right?
Definitely a plus for the owners.
And there's this 2023 study, I think it was, in animals, reporting a huge, like 78% drop in stress behaviors in cats using them. Things like avoiding the box or over-grooming, that seems massive.
That is a very encouraging number. It suggests a real potential improvement for the cat's well-being.
How come, do you think? Just cleanliness.
Likely, yeah. Consistent waste removal.
Yeah.
Cats instinctively prefer that. A clean box removes a potential stressor, fits their, naturally clean habits.
And it's not always smooth sailing, is it? I saw another study, 2024, applied animal behavior science.
Yes, the caveat. It found about 30% of cats, initially at least, weren't too keen.
Why not? Too noisy?
Could be the noise, yeah, or just the unfamiliar movement. It can actually be a stressor for some cats. It really just highlights that, you need a slow introduction, positive reinforcement.
Right. It's not guaranteed for every single cat.
Exactly.
Okay, makes sense. What about keeping tabs on them, the wanderers? GPS trackers seem like such a relief for owners.
Oh, absolutely, especially outdoor cats.
And that 2022 study, Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery, suggested they're pretty effective, like a 65% reduction in lost pets in cities. That's significant.
Huge peace of mind. Knowing where your cat is, particularly in a busy urban environment. And the geofencing, too.
Right, the virtual fence. It tells you if they leave a set area. Super useful.
Very. And beyond just location, a lot of these also track activity levels now, so you get another layer of insight.
And that's where it gets really interesting, isn't it? It's not just about finding them anymore.
No, it's moving into health monitoring.
That 2023 scientific report's finding, detecting abnormal heart rate variability, those tiny timing changes between heartbeats, potentially signaling early hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. That sounds potentially life-saving.
It absolutely could be. HCM, for those who don't know, is a common heart issue in cats where the muscle thickens.
So these wearables are doing more than just counting steps, essentially.
Exactly. Continuous monitoring heart rate, sleep, even temperature sometimes generates this wealth of data you just wouldn't get otherwise. Subtle shifts can be early flags for health problems.
Allowing for earlier vet visits, potentially better outcome.
That's the hope. Earlier intervention often makes a big difference.
And then there are the gadgets for keeping them busy. Interactive feeders, toys.
Enrichment, yeah. It's crucial for indoor cats.
It just makes sense, right? Keep them mentally and physically active. You'll probably see fewer behavior issues, maybe keep their weight down. That Frontiers in Veterinary Science trial, 22% lower obesity risk with timed feeders. Pretty convincing.
It is. Obesity is a major health risk for indoor cats, so portion control and meal timing help a lot.
And those microchip feeders. To stop one cat stealing another's food, genius for multi-cat homes.
Oh, invaluable. If you have cats on different diets or one that eats too fast, it solves that problem. Ensures everyone gets the right food, right amount.
No more food squabbles.
Hopefully fewer. And the interactive toys, AI lasers treat balls, they tap into that natural hunting drive. Mental stimulation, physical activity, it all helps reduce boredom and problem behaviors.
So, looking at the science for these gadgets, it seems like there's real value, but maybe with some asterisks?
Precisely. The science points to definite benefits: less stress with clean litter, maybe early health warnings from monitors, better weight management. But as the sources stress, the cat's own personality is key.
Right, a shy cat might hate the robot litter box.
Exactly. So technology should support good care, but it can't replace, the basics: interaction, play, just watching your cat, knowing their normal behavior, that bond.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. This feels almost sci-fi. Personalized nutrition based on DNA, this DNA diet revolution. How does that even work?
It's applying biotech to pet food. Companies like Base Paws, Nom Nom, they have these DNA test kits. You collect a saliva sample.
Just a cheek swab.
Usually, yeah. Simple enough. Then the lab analyzes specific genetic markers in the cat's DNA.
What kind of markers?
Markers linked to traits like potential food sensitivities, how they might metabolize certain nutrients, maybe even breed specific health risks that nutrition could influence. Think genes affecting how they handle carbs or fats.
So you swab, send it off, and get back a custom diet plan. That PLOS-1 study from 2023 sounded promising. 40% fewer digestive issues, better coat, more energy.
That study does suggest real potential benefits. Based on that DNA profile, the companies recommend an optimal balance of protein, fat, micronutrients, specifically for your cat. It's moving away from one-size-fits-all towards something much more precise.
And it's going even further now. I saw mentions of 3D printed food, algorithm-driven meals, Catkin, Petable.
That sounds wild. It's pretty advanced. These companies integrate even more data, maybe from wearables, owner feedback on preferences, health history, and the genetics.
Wow.
Then algorithms design the food. Sometimes they even 3D print it, specific shapes, textures, nutrient blends, tailored right down to the kibble.
Does it work? Do cats like it?
Early trials suggest it might increase palatability, especially for picky eaters, and maybe reduce food waste. The idea is you could tailor texture for cats with dental issues, for example, or layer nutrients differently.
Interesting. We also have to talk about sustainability. Insect protein, lab-grown meat for cats.
A huge area of focus now, yes. That Nature Sustainability study, claiming up to an 80% cut in a cat's carbon paw print by switching. That's massive.
80%. Just from changing the protein source?
Potentially, yes. Insect protein, like black soldier fly larvae, is nutritious, often palatable for cats, and much lower impact. Lab-grown meat is another route being explored. It's about finding responsible alternatives.
And beyond the protein, functional ingredients, probiotics, omega-3s, antioxidants. Seems like food is becoming medicine, almost.
Well, it reflects a better understanding of how nutrition impacts overall health. Probiotics for gut health, omega-3s for skin, coat, maybe brain function, antioxidants against cell damage. It's about targeted health support beyond just basic calories.
But is there a but? That Journal of Veterinary Internal Medicine review seemed cautious about just relying on commercial genetic tests.
That's a really crucial point. These DNA insights, they can be valuable, help understand predispositions, but they absolutely cannot replace a proper vet examination and diagnosis.
So don't skip the vet just because you did a DNA test.
Definitely not. Genetic tests offer clues, but the vet's assessment, maybe blood work or other diagnostics, that's essential for managing health accurately. Personalized nutrition should work with your vet, complementing their care.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's move into digital health then. Seems like a natural follow-on from the wearables we talked about. How is tech changing real-time health monitoring?
Wearables are definitely key here. As we mentioned, those collars or harnesses, tracking activity, sleep, heart rate.
The continuous data seems to be the big advantage.
Exactly. That 2023 scientific report study really highlighted that. Detecting those tiny, subtle changes. Less activity, maybe sleeping a bit more days before you might see obvious signs of sickness.
Getting a head start on potential problems.
That's the goal. Early detection can be absolutely vital for treatment success and better outcomes.
And then there's telemedicine. Virtual vet visits, their use really took off recently, didn't it?
Exploded, really. That AVMA stat, a 200% increase since 2020. It's remarkable.
Why the boom? Just convenience.
Convenience is huge, yes, but also accessibility. Think about people in rural areas or owners who have trouble getting around, or even just for follow-ups, behavioral consults where a hands-on exam isn't always needed.
Less stress for the cat, too, probably, not having to go in the carrier.
Definitely. That 87% user satisfaction rate from the 2024 Veterinary Record Review speaks volumes. People value the convenience, the reduced pet stress, getting timely advice.
And now AI is getting involved in diagnosis. Apps analyzing photos, videos, smart litter boxes checking waste. Feels like the future is here.
It's developing incredibly fast.
Those accuracy rates, though, 89% for UTIs, 81% for early dental disease using AI tools, according to the veterinary record. That's surprisingly high. How do they work? Machine learning.
Right. These systems learn from vast amounts of data images, symptom descriptions, waste analysis results to spot patterns linked to specific conditions.
So the AI sees things we might miss.
Potentially, yes. Anomalies in photos, subtle changes in urine composition.
Yeah.
They show promise for helping owners with early detection, risk assessment. But, and this is important,
There are limitations.
exactly, which brings us to best practices. That 2024 Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery of meta-analysis, it really stressed that technology supports, it doesn't replace, those annual vet exams.
Right. Don't try to self-diagnose based on an app.
Please don't. These tools should empower you, make you more informed, more proactive, but they are not a substitute for a vet's comprehensive expertise and a physical examination. Relying only on tech could delay essential treatment. Use them as aids.
Good advice. Okay, so thinking about the future, where is feline tech heading next? What's on the horizon?
Oh, it's a dynamic field. Genomics for preventive health is a big one. Even more precise nutrition, identifying disease risks way earlier. Organizations like the Every Cat Health Foundation are doing crucial work mapping feline genomes.
So even more personalized care based on genes.
Potentially, yes. Tailored vaccination schedules, maybe.
And what about understanding them better? AI trying to interpret meows or expressions.
Behavioral AI. Yeah, it's fascinating. Trying to decode vocalizations, facial cues, body language. Apps like Meow Talk are early examples. Accuracy is still evolving, let's say.
Still a work in progress.
Definitely. But the potential to better understand our cat's emotional states is immense.
And it sounds like maybe all these different tech threads might come together, integrated platforms.
That seems like a very likely direction. Imagine a system pulling data from wearables, genetics, nutrition, maybe even environmental sensors in the home.
A whole dashboard for your cat's health.
Kind of giving this holistic view. Maybe automated alerts if something's off, dietary recommendations, even helping schedule vet visits. A truly integrated approach.
So wrapping this up, it really feels like technology is making some profound changes in how we care for cats. Lots of exciting potential benefits.
That's definitely the main takeaway. These tools offer incredible possibilities improving health, safety, overall well-being.
But that balanced approach is just so critical, isn't it?
Absolutely essential. Technology needs to enhance, not replace, attentive, loving ownership, and crucially, regular veterinary care.
It's about integrating the tech thoughtfully.
Exactly. Using the tools alongside our own observation, our understanding of our individual cat, and the expert guidance of our vets. That's the sweet spot.
It really makes you wonder, though, with tech getting this advanced, could we eventually have something that truly, understands what our cats are thinking? And on a bigger scale, what are the long-term effects on society, on our relationship with pets, as we lean more on this tech?
Deep questions for sure. Lots to think about there.
Definitely something to ponder. For now, we hope this deep dive gave you some food for thought. Consider what stood out to you and what aspects of feline tech you might want to explore further. Thanks for joining us.